by coaching. I'm streaming. All right, welcome back to the jungle. You'll be playing Elise. Welcome to season 16. The Runes, Dark Harvest, Cheap Shot, Grizzly Mementos, Relentless Hunter. And then Triumph and Coop as our secondaries. That just gives us a lot more damage and a lot more snowball potential. So that's what we're trying to do as Elise, get these early plays off and then take over the game very early on. And I would say this season, that's easier than ever. Yeah, the game just happens so much faster. You'll see. There's the jungle quest, but that only really comes into play once we complete the jungle item, which Elise really doesn't care about. It's all about making the plays early, and then that thing just happens on its own. So we'll get our camps here first, and then once we get some levels, then we'll start looking for the ganks. Starting on the bot side and then just pathing it up. With Elise's kit, you get the spiderlings whenever you hit the enemy with abilities. And then you swap the forms to both the ranged and the melee form. Range form, you have these long range, well, medium range abilities. The Q is going to deal damage, max health damage, so you want to cast it on the big part of the camp. The W is the AoE damage. Then the E will be the cocoon. For the melee form, we have the bite. Again, max health, but missing health damage. And then the W increases the attack speed of our spiderlings and resets our auto attack. But you really just spam out all of them as you keep hitting the camp. The sooner that they're up and the sooner you cast them, the better. They changed how the jungle works, so the camps deal way less damage to you. Elise doesn't really care about that, and then the champions themselves deal less damage to the camps, but then the jungle pet will deal more. So that ambient damage to everything just happens a whole lot more, and then that's way better for new players. Right, my laners have swapped and died, so no gank top. As weird as that is, that guy's fully pushed up. No gank top, word. Use that smite so we get the missing HP damage. Auto Q E. What? Guy's got nerves of steel. Hit him. Hit him. Alright, noob down. Thank you so much, Aatrox, for just giving me that freebie. Job's done. We'll get Dark Seal, Boots, Amp Tome to the bot side. The Dark Seal gives us AP, HP, and then that snowball potential. And the Boots some movement speed, and the Amp Tome some movement speed. When you're in spider form, you get more movement speed as well. You can use the repel to dodge abilities, you can use it to get in range. And off the reset here, the enemy bot lane is still pushing, so even though we path top, now would be the time to gank, skipping those camps. Mr. Draven, I love you. He's fine. There we go. Use the repel to get in range. Q, auto W, and then transform here. E, nice. And with the stun, that guy's dead. Q, hit him. Hit him. Q, auto. See how much damage you can deal? Now my team's gonna push. If Lux stays, then we can kill her. She's definitely not gonna kill me, even though she's using all these abilities. Alrighty, she doesn't stay under turret, so let's get these camps and then skedaddle. Yep, even though you pass towards one side of the map, you can gank off the reset on the other side. So if we were pathing bot, for example, we could gank top off the reset. The play is done. Let's farm some camps now. Even though the dragon's up, don't do that. It's all about the ganks. All about the plays. And then in between, it's all about your farm. The Void Grubs will be the meaningful objective for us coming up, as those help us push the early game advantage. Now more than ever, I think playing to the identity of the jungler is like super important. Elise wants to win early, Void Grubs helps you take turrets. Win more, early, quick, fast. One of the changes too is that the Baron spawns at 20 minutes, so you have a lot more potential just to push down a winning game rather than waiting around like last season. Damn, we're level 6 already. Very nice. Not even like a super hard snowball, just 1-0-1, and then we're getting all the camps in between. Once again, my top laner's not here. Let's just reset. We're going to be building Storm Surge first. Hextech Alternator, another Amp Tome, swap to the Sweeper, get a Control Ward now, and to the bot side once again. We're level 6, we got all of our camps, so once again we can just skip the camps. Real simple. The enemy bot lane has a lot of control, so the likelihood of this area being warded is super high. The way you avoid that is by going through the enemy jungle like this. Elise has this extra movement speed for a reason, because you gotta take these long paths. And now I have the flank. The enemy's pushed up, I have the flank. Even though they see me coming, good luck to them. Let's go ahead and transform. W. Q. Draven's super dead. What? E. Auto. That's one. Sortie. Don't get slammed by this guy. Sortie. WQ. Alto. Alto. E. Yep. We stay in spider form to run away from that Aatrox. We killed a Draven. But I'd already spent my abilities on luck, so it was kind of awkward. That's why I have to back off at the second part of that fight. Mission failed successfully. Back to the camps now. We'll sustain off these bad boys. Bro, where the camps like don't deal damage to you now, it's so crazy. I just know for beginner players it's gonna like change the game. It's gonna be so easy for people just to do what they want to on the champion without having to get over the like knowledge gap at the beginning. Void grubs are coming up. We got the level up off the camp, so I don't have to farm my wolves. I don't have to farm my raptors, my red buff, etc., etc. As you start entering the second phase of the early game, off the level up, that's one indicator to skip the camps. The other one is that the void grubs just spawned. So if we're here first, then we have a big advantage. Just start these bad boys up, and if Aatrox doesn't show up in time, well, he's losing them. Alrighty, so far so good. Job's done. Mr. Aatrox doing the dragon. Go contest this guy. Tryndamere doing nothing. What a bummer. Sweeper. E. W. What? Flash smite. Q. Q this guy. Hit him. Hit him. Hit him. E. Q. Run. Ouch. Well, Tryndamere will clean them all up. Were they not there to start the play because my Tryndamere pushed mid and my ADC died? It is what it is, but we got the dragon. We dealt a lot of damage. My team cleans up the play. We get our Storm Surge all the same. Pretty good. Flash smiting it. Really risking it with that one, but denying just even one dragon really stops that potential of like, my bot lane sucks so they get all the dragons too fast. I'm kind of down with that. Nice. Alrighty, just a couple camps and then we'll get our level up and then we can look to fight again. We got the Storm Surge completed, so that's ability power, magic pin, and movement speed. AKA, a lot of damage early. When you deal burst damage to the enemy, it then explodes and deals even more damage to him. Very nice. When you get kills, you get even more gold. It actually combos with Triumph. When you get kills, Triumph gives you more gold. So, there's the level up. The odds of this area being warded is kind of high. Whoa. Hello. Ha! The crazy heal. Whoa. Q, auto, W. Hit him. Okay. Nice. Well, walking at him actually worked. I can't believe it. Go ahead and flank the lane. My team's going to push, and then we can try to dive the Lux. This is the double dip. Elise has no ulti, so you can just do these small plays. E, W, auto, Q. Transform, Q, auto, W. Noob down. You can do these small plays back to back to back to back to back. Alrighty, nobody important died. Let's get this turret played and then skedaddle. Oh. Nice. Job's done. Let's reset. Sword pin boots, control ward to the top side. Okay. Sword pin boots, more magic pin and movement speed. More of what we do. Run around and kill the bad guy. Let's see. We can't get the Mel. Ha! Yep, that's why we keep reaching for it here. Repel. Q. You're dead. Alrighty. I think back to the camps. I don't have to look for any extra plays here. Alright, so that's a pretty solid early game. We got our plays, we got our gold. And now the next thing will be powering into the Shadow Flame, giving us even more burst damage, so we can actually slow it down. Entering the first phase, the mid-game here. Since we already have the lead, we don't have to really push it that much further. They're killing my bot lane. That's one. Trendemir's already there, so he's going to clean up that play. Then I can defend the mid turret. Whoa, Samir just kills them all. Word. Now that makes sense. Here comes Quinn, so let's get Flankaroni on Renekton. E. QW. Transform. Okay, he's just dead. Storm Surge explodes him. But we repel onto him, use our first rotation of the spider form abilities, and then we can transform into the range form. And then use our ranged abilities. We're level 9, so we have our Q maxed, and we'll be looking to push these lanes and actually take the turrets now as we enter the mid game. When you have the lead, you have to spend it as Elise. You can't just farm, farm, farm. There's the mid turret. Okay. Jungle quest completed at 13 minutes. Not bad for Elise, since we spent so much time ganking. And now with the jungle quest completed, we get more movement speed through the jungle, more golden XP from the camps. Whoa. Whoa. Okay, never mind, never mind. That movement speed is more out of combat, and then it's through the river and the jungle. E. W. Close. Oh, we hit him. Q. Q. Hit him. Hit him. Okay, never mind. You got any camps for me? Nice. I can sustain off these. The W also gives us healing as we auto-attack, so... Boom. Do a little trade. Take some camps, and we're basically back to full HP. We're taking the Aatrox's camps too, so this really denies him. Especially with that new jungle quest, giving you more golden XP for each camp when you deny the enemy camps. Wow, so good. It at least has to attack, so it's one of your moves to keep the enemy behind. Keep the game state. What the fuck? I've done this so many times recently. When will I stop fucking flashing in place? Mr. Aatrox, you can't do that. That guy is super dead. Okay. I'm looking for this bot dive first rather than just the dragon, but since Mel's here, we don't have to do it. Now I'm just going to reset to the top side. Play for the Rift Herald. The Rift Herald will be our next tool to actually push the game state. Needlessly, amp tome, amp tome. Off we go. Bro, we're so strong and my team's so strong. Never before seen. In your placement games, just know. The game state's probably going to be like this. You're going to be on the insta-losing team or the insta-winning one. That's just how it is. Mike. Whoa. Quinn got the Rift Herald. We got lovely Levin, so another point in our ulti, making our spider form do more. Quinn's going to push the top lane, and then I want to be near it so I can actually attack. Probably the Mel that would show up. Now this wave's going to crash, so if I have a flank, we can actually get something going here. Here's the TP. W, E, Q, Q, all to W, hit him, hit him. Use that E. And with the repel, you just drop the turret aggro. Transform, hit these minions. Right, on to the next turret. Every turret has turret plating now, so as you push a single lane like this, you and your ally are going to get gold, and this feels pretty nice. Like, the rest of the game is going on around the map, and me and Quinn are just taking all this. And where you get that extra gold, we're both going to have more items, and it just makes us a lot stronger. Feels a lot better than last season, where you're just yakking off around 15 to 25 minutes, you know, waiting for Baron. And with all that extra gold, we already have the Shadow Flame, so let's just recall and get that, and then be on the map. This is so much more damage. Shadow Flame giving us 110 ability power, 15 magic pin, and when the enemy is low, we deal more damage. That also applies to the camps too, so we'll be clearing faster. Let's chase this guy down. We're super strong, so we do not have to stop for the camps. Nice. E, W, Q, transform, Q, auto. Ha! He's dead. Alright, job's done. Let's take this guy's camps. Team's gonna be pushing. I can't really help there. When they're all grouped up, we don't do much. Camp's dead. Oh. I can repel, and then like I can Q, and then I can like W. That's all I got. Literally taking all of Aatrox's camps here. This guy's gonna be starving. And now instead of going back to our own jungle, we want to just patrol the area. That guy's dead. E. Q. Never mind. Nice. The Q finishes him off. Well, I thought we were going to have to patrol this area, but then Aatrox just walks in and dies. Well played. Go ahead and clear these wards. We want to stay up the map, though. My team's going to be pushing here, and it's up to me to be with them. Sort of eat. Welp, that's about all she wrote here. Let's get a reset. Baron's literally coming up. Very nice. Needlessly.
Dominating.
So rich, my team wins the game for me.
Team has destroyed a turret. Down.
Alright, let's group up with the boys down here, and then we'll see what we want to do next. Oh! Oh, he lives. Welp, let's take Aatrox's camps. That Baron will spawn. My allies have died / overdone it a little bit. There's nothing for us to do. We'll just farm, bide some time. We're entering the late game. Baron spawned. And where we are so strong, we should just start that Baron as soon as everyone's on the map. So instead of doing my blue side camps here, I'll just walk to Baron. Ping it a couple hundred times, make sure everyone knows what's going on. Especially in low elo, you gotta ping this bad boy a lot. Aatrox is showing bot lane. With their jungler not here, pretty much a guaranteed Baron. The enemy is all pushed in by the inhibs and then just the lanes themselves, so they cannot show up and contest us. I'm going to keep dropping the aggro by moving back and forth like this, where it will hit my spiders. Q, smite. Nice. Alright, stay on the map. My team's going to push, and it's my job to be in the jungle. And then be ready to surprise the enemy here. Whoa, whoa. E, Q. Just by doing this, we're really pestering the enemy. They're not having a good time. Whoa. Okay, we got the flash. Okay, eventually here. E, W, Q. Move down. W. Q. 300 damage right there. A little bit of back and forth. There's the cocoon. Do that guy again. Use the repel. Hit him. Oh. Flash Q. Okay, job is done. So you can just transform and keep spamming out those abilities. Close. Oh, I don't have repel. Sword eat. I deserve it. That repel's a long ass cooldown. Alright, that's probably all she wrote. Go ahead, hit that Nexus, I dare ya. Go in and die, gotcha. Zonia's will be our last item. We get all the bursts we need from Storm Surge and Shadow Flame, and then Zonia's gives us the playmaking potential where we go untargetable. We're gonna need one more play to wrap this bad boy up, huh? That's kind of the basics. You get that lead early game. You don't have to push it too much until you enter the mid game. And then once you're in the mid game, you take the Rift Herald, the Baron, and then push down. Take as much as you can, and then you have full control over the map. With control, then you just set up and play for picks, and inevitably, you get a pick, and then you can push down again. Notice how we haven't farmed one of our camps in forever? No need. Let's push, guys. Let's push. Okay. Bob, look at the minimap. Where are my allies? Not here. So we gotta wait. Whoa. Take that. And one of these. Where we don't have a wave, it's pretty lame. E. Alto. Q. Transform Q. So much damage. Can't hit me. As soon as Lux throws her abilities, I want to use that repel so I don't get absolutely owned. Even though I'm low HP, I can kind of stick around. So long that I don't move too far forward, I'm good. Push. Miss me. Okay. Use the W. Alright. The white boy get a Nexus. Push. 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 Job's done. Final score 7-2 and 8. GG. Thanks for watching, Bob. Hope you enjoyed. Hope you learned something. Welcome to Season 16. Hope your placements go well. See you in the next one. Peace. Buy the Ultimate Jungle Guide now. She's a work in progress, but for now, it will go over the basics, play jungle correctly, understand it, and to climb.